Okay, so your triangle midsegment theorem says that if a segment joins the midpoints of two sides of a triangle, then the segment is parallel to the third side and is half as long. So the tick marks here means that this line is divided in half because this side is congruent to this side. The tick marks here means that this line is divided in half, or this segment. So this side is congruent to this side. So this has to be a midpoint. And if that's the case, then this line here, DE, is going to be parallel to this line segment here, AB. So DE is parallel to AB. And also, this segment is half the length of the big segment. So DE is half of AB. Okay, so the triangle midsegment theorem, we're going to identify parallel segments, and we're going to remember that the line or the segment that's the midpoint of a side is parallel to the third side. Remember, parallel means they never intersect. Okay, so if we're looking at RS, that's the midpoint, well, that's the midsegment. It's going to be parallel to this third side down here, so DF. So we know that RS is parallel to DF. Okay, so now this segment, RT, is going to be parallel to this segment, EF. Remember, this means parallel. Okay, and then we have this side, ST, is going to be parallel to this side, ED. Okay, the next one should be number 2 and 3. In triangle XYZ, A is the midpoint of XY, B is the midpoint of YZ, and C is the midpoint of XC. What are the three pairs of parallel segments? Well, we got to draw our triangle because it's not given to us. So you can just sketch a triangle. And this is triangle XYZ. And it says that A is the midpoint of XY. That's A. And then it says B is the midpoint of YZ. And then C is the midpoint of ZX. I'm going to connect those. Okay, so now we're going to name our parallel sides. So AB is going to be parallel to XZ. Oh, this is C. BC. BC is parallel to YX. YX. And then AC is parallel to YZ. Okay, so we have to remember, thinking back to transversals and parallel lines, if this is my midsegment, then it's parallel to this side. So these two are my parallels. This would be my transversal. So this angle is 65, and we want the measure of VUO. So we want the measure of this angle. So these are corresponding angles, so this angle is also 65 degrees. Okay, so now we're going to find lengths, and for lengths, we need to know that the length of the longer side is half of the length of the the length of the shorter side is half of the length of the longer side. So the midsegment is half of the side it's parallel to. Okay, so let's look at how we're going to find TU. So side TU, here's TU, it's parallel to RS. RS is 50, so TU is RS is 40, so TU is half of 40, so the measurement of TU is 20. Okay, so now let's look at UB. Here's UB. It's parallel to QS, so UB is half of 50, so UB is 25. Okay, and QR. Here's Q to R. It's parallel to this, so remember, TB is actually half of QR. And we know that TB is 30. We know that TB is 30. We don't know QR, and 30 is half, or QR is half of, TB is half of QR. So QR has to be 60. Okay, if AD is 6, that means this is 6 because this is a midpoint. This is a midsegment. Okay, so DE, D to E, this is 7.5. And we got to find the other lengths. Okay, so let's find the length of D to C. We already found that. This is 6. This is also 6. Okay, AC is here to here, so we just have 6 plus 6 is 12. EF is going to be half of AC, so EF is 6 because that's half of AC, and AC is 12. Then you got AB, so A to B is double the midsegment, so 2 times 7.5, so it's 15.